Your cat comes to you, sits close, and then slowly, quietly, with a deliberateness that feels impossible to ignore, they place one paw on you, maybe on your hand, maybe on your face while you're sleeping, maybe on your arm while you're sitting still, like they've been waiting for exactly this moment. Most people feel it and think, that's love, that's my cat being affectionate, and sometimes that's exactly right. But not always, because where your cat places that paw, how long they hold it, and what the rest of their body is doing in that moment, all of it carries a specific message. And there are 5 versions of the paw touch, each one saying something completely different. Some of them are affection, one of them is a warning you've probably been misreading as sweetness, and the last one, the lightest, gentlest version, carries the message most cat owners never hear at all. I'm saving that one for the end. Let's start with your hand. 1. The paw on your hand. You're sitting quietly. Your hand is resting somewhere, on your knee, on the arm of the sofa, on the desk, and your cat walks over, looks at it for a moment, and places one paw on top, just one, gently, and stays. Most people read this as simple affection. Their cat loves them, wants to be close, is expressing warmth. And that reading isn't wrong, but it's not complete. What your cat is doing when they place a paw on your hand is something researchers classify as affiliative touch, physical contact that functions to maintain and reinforce a social bond. The same behavior is documented extensively in bonded cat pairs, where one cat will rest a paw on another during shared rest. It is not a display of dominance. It is not a demand for something. It is contact for the sake of contact, presence acknowledging presence. A 2019 study on tactile communication in domestic cats, published in Behavioral Processes, found that cats use paw-initiated touch with their primary attachment figure, the person they're most bonded to, significantly more often than with any other person in the household. It is not random. It is directed, chosen. Your hand is the specific target because it is the part of you most often available, most often still, and most associated with touch in both directions. You pet them with your hand, they reach back with theirs. When I tried to paint this moment, the specific quality of a cat's paw resting on a human hand, what I always tried to get right is the weight. It's so light, almost no pressure at all. And yet, it is completely intentional. There is nothing absent or accidental about it. That's what makes it so hard to capture, the combination of lightness and absolute deliberateness, like something very small saying very clearly, I know you are here. I want you to know I am too.
2. The paw on your face. This one happens in the early morning, most often. You are asleep, or nearly asleep, or drifting in that soft space between the two, and your cat, who has been watching you, apparently, for some time, reaches out and places a paw gently on your cheek, or your forehead, or directly on your closed eyelid, which is its own particular experience. Most people laugh about this. It's funny, it's slightly alarming, it seems bold, but it is actually one of the most significant things your cat will ever do with you. The face is the most emotionally loaded target a cat can touch. In feline body language, proximity to another animal's face, especially an animal much larger than yourself, requires a level of trust that is genuinely rare. Cats are acutely aware of the vulnerability of the face and head. They guard their own. They do not approach another animal's face without absolute certainty of safety. When your cat reaches out and places their paw on your face, they are not being bold or intrusive. They are doing something that their entire nervous system is wired to treat as deeply risky, and choosing to do it anyway, because you have become someone their body trusts completely. Research on cat attachment from the University of Lincoln describes this level of contact as belonging to the highest tier of cat-human bonding, behaviors that only emerge once a cat has fully classified a human as part of their inner social group, equivalent to a bonded companion. The paw on the face is your cat saying, in the clearest physical language they have, I trust you with the most undefended version of myself, and I believe you would never use that against me. That is not a small thing. That might be the biggest thing they ever tell you.
3. The paw with claws. And this is the one you need to understand because almost every cat owner reads it wrong. Your cat places a paw on you, and you can feel the very tips of their claws. Not a scratch, not a swipe, just the faintest pressure of something sharp, barely extended, resting there. Most people assume this is still affection, maybe a slightly less relaxed version. Maybe they just forgot to retract. It isn't. A cat's claws are one of their most precise communication tools. Fully retracted means completely relaxed and unthreatening. Fully extended means attack. But the middle state, claws just slightly out, just enough to be felt, is something specific. Behavioral researchers who study feline communication describe this as a regulation signal, a warning that is not yet a warning, a message that says, I am reaching a limit. I need something to change. I am telling you before I do anything about it. It can mean overstimulation. You have been petting them for longer than they wanted, and they haven't found another way to communicate that yet. It can mean discomfort. Something in their environment or their body is bothering them, and they are transferring that tension into contact. It can mean redirected frustration, something outside the window, another animal, a sound, and you are the nearest available surface. The important thing is this. The paw with claws is not your cat being affectionate in a different way. It is your cat giving you information, and the information is, pay attention. Something is off. I need something from you right now, and I don't know another way to say it. When you feel those tips and go still and ask, quietly, actually ask with your attention, what is happening for them right now, you will almost always find an answer. The water bowl is empty. The other pet has been in their space. They've been inside too long. They're in pain. The claw is not aggression. It is a request for you to look more carefully. Honor it. And if you're starting to see the difference, starting to feel the distinction between a paw that's telling you, I love you, and a paw that's telling you, I need something, that's the shift this channel exists to create. Because your cat has been communicating with you this whole time with enormous precision through gestures so small most people walk right past them. Subscribe if you want to keep learning to hear it. New videos every Tuesday and Friday. Now, point 4.
4. The slow press. Wait without movement. This version is different from all the others, and it requires you to have been paying very close attention to have even noticed it's happening. Your cat comes and sits beside you, and then, not quickly, not dramatically, they lean their paw into you. Not a tap, not a rest, a press. Slow, sustained, applying genuine weight, and they hold it there, looking somewhere else, or looking at you, but staying. Most people don't register this as distinct from other paw contact. It feels like their cat is just sitting against them. But the directional pressure, that consistent, held weight moving toward you, is a separate signal entirely. In feline communication, leaning and pressing are forms of what ethologists call passive contact solicitation, a request for closeness that is offered through body pressure rather than vocalization or active movement. It is, in the simplest possible terms, your cat choosing to push their world toward yours. Research on cat-human physical bonding published in Anthrozoos found that sustained physical contact initiated by the cat, as opposed to contact initiated by the owner, produces significantly stronger bonding hormones in both parties and is associated with lower overall anxiety in the cat across subsequent behavioral observations. They are not just touching you, they are, at a chemical level, anchoring themselves to you. The slow press is often the behavior of a cat that has had a difficult day, in whatever way a cat has difficult days. Too much noise, too little stimulation, a change in the household that unsettled them. They come and press their paw into you, not because they want to play or eat or have their ears scratched. They come because you are the most stable thing in their world, and sometimes the most stable thing in your world is worth pressing against until the feeling passes. That's what they're doing. They are steadying themselves against you. I said at the beginning I was saving the most important one for last. Here it is. You are not looking at your cat. You are reading, working, watching something, existing in that particular way humans do when they are physically present but mentally elsewhere. And your cat, who has been near you, who has been waiting with the patience that only cats seem capable of, reaches out one paw, not touching you yet, just extended in your direction, hovering there, waiting to see if you'll notice. This gesture has been documented in feline communication research as one of the clearest examples of intentional social reaching in domestic cats. It is not a reflex, it is not play. It requires the cat to extend towards something without the certainty of contact, to offer a gesture and wait for a response. It is, in the most precise behavioral language available, an attempt to initiate connection.
Dr. Kristen Vitale at Unity College, whose research on cat-human social cognition is among the most comprehensive available, has found that cats direct social bids, deliberate behaviors intended to engage their owner's attention and initiate interaction, far more frequently than previously understood. Cats, it turns out, want connection. They seek it. They try for it. And when the direct approaches don't work, they find quieter ones. The One-Paw Reach is the quietest one. It is your cat trying to close a distance without being certain you'll meet them halfway. It is hope extended in physical form, small, soft, slightly uncertain, and held out toward you until you either notice or you don't. And here is what I want you to sit with. Every time that paw appeared in your peripheral vision and you were too busy to look up, your cat put it down again. They didn't make noise. They didn't knock something over. They didn't demand. They just tried and waited, and when nothing came back, they withdrew and tried again another day. When I tried to draw this, that specific moment of the extended paw, the not yet touching, the waiting, what I can never quite get right is the expression. There's something in a cat's face in that moment that is almost unbearably open. No defense in it, no pride. Just a small creature reaching toward the person they love most, hoping that this time you'll look up. Look up. That's all it takes. That's all they're asking for. Your cat has been reaching for you in 5 different languages. A paw on your hand, I know you are here. A paw on your face, I trust you completely. A paw with claws, please pay attention, something is wrong. A slow press, I need to steady myself against you. A reach toward you, I just want you to look up. They don't have words, they never will, but they have never once stopped trying to find a way to say it. Next time you feel that small wait, stay still for a moment. Listen. If this changed how you'll feel the next time your cat reaches out, even a little, I'm so glad. Drop a comment and tell me, which version does your cat do most? The paw on the hand, the face, the slow press? I read every single one, and some of your answers are going to mean a great deal to me. If you're not subscribed yet, come join us. Every Tuesday and Friday on the Pet Canvas, we go a little deeper into the animals who share our lives. There's a video right there I think you'll love next. See you soon!